Hello friends, I hope you've had a good week. We are ready to get started with week 4 of our Sounds First curriculum for 2nd grade. One of the changes this week is within our manipulating phonemes activity. It's called Change the Second Sound in the Initial Blend. The skill is to substitute the second sound in an initial blend. For example, snore would become store. In order to do this, students must be able to split the two phonemes in the onset. They must isolate the second sound, replace it with another phoneme, and then blend the remaining phoneme with the rhyme to pronounce the new word. This is more difficult than substituting the first sound in an initial blend as they did in 1st grade, because they need to delete and replace an internal sound. Model the skill for students in order for them to master the ability to change the second sound in an initial blend to make a new word. An important note, lessons in the experiencing stage support students to say the word on the curve by making the curve with their hand. This curve will be familiar to students who have used this curriculum in previous grades. It can be very difficult for students to feel and hear the seams between the sounds, especially in the blends. So be sure to pronounce each sound clearly and cleanly as you stretch the word. Verbal emphasis. Make sure to emphasize the sound the blend makes by segmenting the initial blend and the rhyme. This is especially important because students need to hear the blend in the initial word in order to change the blend to make a new word. So the directions read, tell the students to imagine a word coming out of their mouth. Their job is to be able to take off one of the sounds they hear to make a new word. Say the sentence with rhythm and expression. Tell the students to repeat. Say the targeted word while making a curve motion with your hand out and forward from your mouth. Explain that this is the word on the curve. Prompt students to make a change by changing the second sound in the blend. Model how to change the second sound and blend and say the new word aloud. Tell the students to repeat step 4 with the motions. Together with students, repeat the new word while making the curve motion. It says to practice and model this with the students to become more comfortable with the procedure. It says, the first sentence says, she was asked to spy on her brother to see what he was doing. The kids will repeat, she was asked to spy on her brother to see what he was doing. The teacher will say, I is the word on the curve. We're going to change p to k to make a new word. Sk, I. The kids will repeat, change p to k to make a new word. Sk, I is the new word on the curve. And together you'll say, sky is the new word on the curve. You may want to, it says for them to repeat step 4, change the sounds, and the sounds that they're going to make the new word. If that's something that they struggle with remembering what that sound is or what those sounds are, you might just have them repeat the new word so that, you can talk about that distinction and how you need to change that. But if they need to just say, I is the new word on the curve, so that you can hear that they've made that change. Again, they may require quite a bit of scaffolding at the very beginning, and that's why a lot of this is teacher supported. So feel free to change it in a way that they will be successful and to help them be that way. So another one. Let's do another one. I get to fly in an airplane. The kids will repeat. I get to fly in an airplane. We're going to change ul to so we're going to say fry. The kids will repeat, fry. Fry is the new word on the curve. We'll say that together. Or if you want them to repeat that, that's okay too, because it might be more difficult to kind of get in that routine. They're used to repeating, so you could say that. Fry is the new word on the curve. And the kids will repeat, fry is the new word on the curve. All right, this one's a tricky one, so let me know if you have any questions. It took me a little while to kind of get used to it, so again, I think practice is the main thing, and we'll definitely get there, and this is an awesome activity, so you guys have fun with it. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.